Welcome back to another episode of Aunt and Andrew, where family's everything.
Until it's not. I am Aunt.
And I am Andrew. And before we get started, subscribe, like, comment. We want you to all be kept up to date on new episodes, as well as follow us on Instagram at Aunt and Andrew, where you can get daily reminders, not just about how fabulous we are, but how fucked up everyone on Bravo is.
I know there's always like great things to send. There is. I just love to repost. And we've even had Lisa Barlow repost a few of our messages.
I love it.
Give me little likes. Lisa got bangs. All right.
Love it.
I want to tell
I'm
you.
letting go of all of you that made my life horrible, or whatever she said.
Erika, I want to tell, first of all, where's Trevor from? Because I can't quite figure out his
He's like
accent.
the Dorit. He's the Dorit of Spain. Okay, you just never know what the accent is.
But he lived in New York with her. I don't think he's European. I think he's American, and he's lived in Europe for a while, and he's developed the accent, sort of like Meghan Markle did when she moved to England. All of a sudden, she was talking like she was British.
I mean, I did that like when I moved to New York. I started to talk like I was from the Bronx.
I bet it sounded good.
I don't know. I thought I was part of Mob Wives, the cast.
No, but I will say this: I have been in New York, and it does like leach out into you, because I had somebody once say to me in New York City, I wish you people from Brooklyn would stop coming into Manhattan. And I said, you mean Brookline? And I was like, I'm not from here, I'm from Boston. But it can happen if I'm in the city for a while. I all of a sudden want coffee.
I mean, what would you have done if you were standing behind your coworker who you've been on a show with for 5 years?
Yeah.
And they were throwing the ashes of their dead mentor, friend, whatever you want to call
Right.
Merce. And
All
then
over you.
all the ashes went all over you.
Well, I had a similar experience. I told you that a couple of weeks ago, that we got rid of relatives' ashes, and it was windy that day, and we were covered too. They were all over the place. They actually, we thought we were putting them over the bridge, and they ended up like we thought we were putting them over the bridge, and they ended up on the bridge. That's all I'm going to say. It's a mess. It's a disaster. And I'm going to tell you, it's not like fine.
Well, I can say this. I
You
looked at all
saw
their
Merce's remains. It was chunky. There, it's not fine. It's not like sands of an hourglass remains. They're a little chunky. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it's kind of like ground pepper. It's got a little chunks in it. It's
Well,
not
I'll say
fine.
this.
It's not
I
like
looked at them all.
salt.
I looked
Yes.
at their outfits. I didn't think much of them before, but after I thought they all killed it.
I love that. I was actually surprised. I actually wrote down, I was surprised the way they dressed, because it was like a mishmash. Erika was like in a old Ponte knit denim business suit. The other Garcelle got to wear her heels everywhere. I don't know why. She's like 8 feet tall. She doesn't need to wear heels. The smart ones had on flip flops, and you always wear sneakers in Spain because everything's cobblestones. They were crazy with their shoes. But I want to say right now in California, I guarantee you Merce is in the water supply, because he came home with them and they all had to send their stuff to the cleaners, and they were covered. The hair, the purse.
I'm just happy we're done talking
makeup,
about Merce. We're gonna give Merce some mercy now, please.
I'm telling you, it was the hair, the clothes, the purse, the receipts.
I was about to say, I was like, what are you saying? The hair, the clothes, the purse, everything.
The shoes.
Merce was on everything.
Merce was in the purse. He was in the hair and the lips and the eyes, everywhere. Merce was everywhere. They made
I'm so done. We're done with Merce. God bless
I am
you,
too.
Merce.
It was.
Bless your heart, Merce. I'm happy that you were celebrated in such a prolific way.
I bet you if they did like one of those, you know how a couple of years ago, the rage was to do blue lights in hotel rooms so it could remind us how filthy, disgusting our room was that we were paying like $800 a night for. Yeah. Merce is all over Beverly Hills right now. They don't even know it. He's been transferred left and right.
I just find it so wild that wait, do you think that ever in his life that Merce thought that when he put in his will that Sutton Strack would get some of his ashes, that it would turn into this.
Never.
He's
And
got,
he's been dead 20 years.
I mean, talk about a resurgence.
And I bet you there were more people have Googled Merce than he's ever had Googled before in his life.
Oh, totally.
I'm going to pull up, actually, right now, I'm just going to put up Merce. Do we know how it's Merce was how he spelled his name?
I guarantee you Cunningham comes up first.
No, Mercedes-Benz comes up
on your phone.
Let's see. I got to do a space. And Cunningham, I didn't do the space. Yep, Merce Cunningham, there he is. He showed right up. Oh, he's lovely, Merce. He was great. What do you think he died from? He was the pioneer of modern dance for 50 years. I mean, he's no joke.
No.
The sad part is that Merce has become a joke, and he was a serious choreographer for 50 years. That's sort of the sad part when you think about it.
So if I do
people
Merce
are laughing
without a
about
space,
Merce. Yeah.
It says there's no nothing, right?
But
if
once you do the space, it comes up Cunningham.
Everything
is Cunningham. Yeah,
Merce
me
is
too.
in the purse.
Yeah,
Merce
but
Cunningham,
it's kind of sad, he worked with Andy Warhol. I mean, I don't know a lot of these names because I'm not into that. But the sad part is he died at age 90. That's no joke.
No.
I mean, he lived to be 90 as a dancer and a choreographer. He did a lot of work, but the sad part is now he's a joke. They made him a joke. I'm just saying. Yeah. And he was 90 and Sutton's like 50. So, I mean, she was 20. He was like 60 or so. Well, whatever. And Trevor seemed to love Merce too.
I think Trevor loved being on Bravo and getting a lot of airtime.
Yeah, but he was charming. I liked Merce.
Oh, I did too.
Well, no, I mean, I like Trevor. I like Merce too.
Yeah.
I didn't know who was. Sutton carries around a lot of voids, and she fills it with alcohol.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I loved, she gave us a lot of insight this week. She'll never get remarried, ever.
Yeah, you can tell.
And you know why?
Because she needs someone richer than her, and no one is.
No, because most divorce decrees are written that if you remarry, your alimony ends, and she's never given up that $300,000 a month.
You're so right.
That's what that's all about. No,
it's
not giving that up. No, I mean, she'd have to find, Jeff Bezos.
However, if someone really loves her, I'm putting this out there. What, 300,000 a month?
No, even no matter how much you love someone, you will say, fine, I agree. We'll be together
3.6 million a year.
We can even get engaged. We just don't have to get married.
3.6 million a year is what she gets.
Yeah.
Give her, if I was a billionaire and I loved Sutton Strack, I'd give her 400 million and I'd say, let's get married. I'd give her the cash before as a gift.
Okay, if he has that much.
Yeah, that's a great way to find it. So the billionaires step forward.
Yeah, but she's never getting remarried because her alimony will end. So she can find love. She can actually even get engaged. If she just doesn't get married, then she gets her alimony. So that's why she's never getting married. I also
don't think...
But that's also sad too, because you are putting the money before your happiness maybe, but she wouldn't be happy without the money.
I also don't think she has to get married. So it's like, there's also a lot of people that she might meet that don't want to get married, and it's perfect.
Well, no, she doesn't have to. She's not having children. So what's the point?
I mean, I will say this.
I agree. Sometimes as you get old, you'd like to know that somebody actually is there for you, like real legit. Yeah.
Give your son 10 grand out of the 300 a month and he'll be there for you, son.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Well, he has his father's money.
Exactly. So that. Yeah. I will say this. I actually totally see now why Kyle has not been super open with the women yet. She's still processing this, and you could tell.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
She is uncertain. She doesn't know what direction it's going in, and you can tell that, she is still very hopeful that Mauricio, and I believe now that he's seen the footage and he's watched this, I bet that's why they're in a good place.
No, maybe.
Because I don't think that I think that if she brought it to the women,
I agree. I know what you're saying.
Then she's talking about it without talking to him. And I think I think she knows better after being on a show for this long that this type of serious situation is meant to be figured out and then shared with the world, not figured out while sharing it with the world.
Yes, I agree. Perfect.
And
Nothing
I
to
just
add to
don't, and I
that.
think the other women are being, because there's a difference. Like, if it was out, like, I don't know. I also think that, like, Kyle, the one thing Kyle should maybe do is like, but I'm sure she just doesn't trust people, is like, tell them off camera. Be like, listen, I'm
Yeah.
going through this. I just don't want to talk about it
Right.
yet, but there will come a day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the other
Yeah.
thing she's doing is she is sharing the reality in her confessionals. So it's actually going to make, and I think this is going to be the truth, and I think she's kind of doing this on purpose,
Okay.
is that she is sharing the reality in her interviews in the
And
confessional
not sharing them with the people. So she's
because
still
she
sharing it.
knows that they're not going to be able to say you've kept your life private from
Yeah.
viewers because she hasn't.
She
She
hasn't
kept her life private from the
from her
cast.
cast. That's true.
So that
Yeah.
it was part of the
Yeah.
storyline, but not part of the storyline that they could really be a part of.
Right.
And I think it's brilliant
Yeah. No, I get that.
because she
I
has
kind of
told us
get
the
them.
truth. She's not avoiding it in her interviews.
No, she's not. She's just avoiding it with the ladies.
There's also, you can tell there's so much pain there for her. Like, she's like,
Yeah, but I
that's,
mean, she's not sharing it with the ladies, but they've attacked her over it too.
but
Remember
she's
that.
explaining why she
Earlier
doesn't want to
in the
come out about
season,
it.
they did attack. They
She's,
attacked her
she,
earlier in the season. Would you get the ring? What's the deal with Morgan? Blah, blah, blah. So she's like, I'm not ready to deal with you, lady. So I'm not telling you anything.
I also think there's a difference
Because they
between,
did attack
because
her.
Kyle's also not asking for any sympathy.
No,
And that's the part
true.
that I think
But
is
she's
different.
going through some.
No, because
And
we've
I'm going to
seen
tell
these
you,
women before where they've been sad and miserable, and you can just tell they're going through something and life sucks and all this. And then they want all the sympathy, but then they're not willing to share the reality. Kyle has found ways to kind of like be normal without like being drowned out by the sadness of Mauricio every time she films. And
mm,
I think that like the women are just, there's a level of them being uncomfortable that Kyle is so comfortable going through what she's going through off camera, but not shutting down on camera. And I think they're
right.
probably like, they're asking, like, I just think that Kyle's playing the game very smart right now. Very.
Okay. I was just going to say something. I forgot.
Because we also haven't, this is the other thing, we haven't seen Morgan at all.
Yeah, we haven't seen her for a while.
And I don't think we
Not
will
even
that
on
much.
FaceTime.
I just don't. I think they addressed the rumor, and I think that they showed like her around. They got the conversation going, but I just think that like I have a feeling Kyle and Mauricio are going to come out on top, and people are going to say it was all fake for the cameras. I don't think it was.
I
I
don't know, but I will say that when you change your life as significantly as Kyle has,
yeah.
where she's obsessed with working out, she doesn't drink, she hasn't even had a Coca-Cola. Like Dorit ordered a Coca-Cola. And I loved how Kyle said, can't she just say she wants a Coke? But I'm going to tell you a little story. I was on a cruise once when I was like 20 and I got off in the Bahamas and it was very hot. Of course, it's the
With your
Bahamas.
family.
I was with someone, and yes, my family.
Uh,
And somebody said, so this Bahamian came up and said, do you want a Coke? And I thought he meant a Coca-Cola. And then I went, yeah, I wouldn't mind a Coke. And then he's like, started like the shady deal. I was like, oh, no. I thought she meant a Coca-Cola. So I think Dorit said, I'd like a, I think you want cocaine instead of Coca-Cola. That was my
okay.
excuse for why she said Coca-Cola. Because when you're in those countries, you have to say Coca-Cola.
Okay. I didn't
Okay.
even notice it.
I just wanted to, I did. Oh, they made a big deal out of her saying Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I think I glaze off during those moments because they're so stupid.
Well, anyways.
I mean, it's
What
still
was I
not that
saying? What was I
eventful.
talking
It's
about?
like,
I lost
I
my,
just,
I totally lost my train of thought there, what I
you
was
did that
saying.
to yourself.
I do think, I know I did. I distracted myself with another stupid story. I will say that I love Kyle's house. When they finally got it back,
Oh,
I
yeah.
love Kyle's house. I love her house. She has the best house.
Not the kitchen, though. You don't like it.
No, I don't like the kitchen. She ruined it with the paint. But otherwise, she has a beautiful house. And I thought it very interesting with all the women. Oh, I signed the forms too. Oh, look what happened to me. I just signed what he gave in front of me. And that could be why they stay together. Because Kyle doesn't know how to do anything on her own. And her husband makes a lot of
I
money.
think we
And
forget that
she
Kyle
just
has a
lives.
kid in high school. Like we think that all of our kids are grown up. Like they're just being responsible with their daughter who like maybe like they have like I just think
Oh,
that
okay. This is what I was going to say. All right. I want to go back to, I just came back to me. Kyle has significantly changed her life. She's not drinking anymore. The splits are gone. She's exercising. She's focusing on all different stuff than Mauricio. She doesn't want to go to the parties anymore. She has to, it's past her bedtime. She said, he said the party's 7 to 11. And she goes, oh, that's past my bedtime. I don't want to go. Like she's into doing different stuff and she's sober and she's not even having sugar.
I know.
And something is going on with her. We don't quite know what it is.
You have really bad internet
It's
tonight.
more than just, I'm sorry.
Horrible. I'm
I'm
hardwired in,
sorry.
so it's not me.
Can you hear?
I can kind of hear you, but you've
Oh,
been,
okay. It's me. All right.
did
Well,
you have a lot of programs
I've
open?
been coming in and out, in and out.
Hmm.
Maybe I'll shut them down. Is that better? I'll shut them down.
I mean, I just think like the shows are getting like everything, like, I don't know. I just like, I don't want to hear about Crystal's brother. Like, I don't
I
want to
don't
hear.
either.
And
I
also,
agree
like,
with
don't
that.
compare Erica's situation to like Kyle talking about her divorce. Erika had 0 kids. It wasn't just a divorce.
Yeah. No, I
Like,
agree. I agree.
but can we say this?
What?
The Housewife and the Hustler part
Part
2.
two.
And from what I read from Zach,
Oh,
the blogger, Zach,
yeah.
Erika was kind of duped into this. She thought that it was going to be something
Oh,
different. And then they used the footage like it's not what it was meant to be, apparently. That's just something I read. And I could be wrong there, but I think there's something sketchy.
oh, that would be so exciting.
I
I
guess.
shouldn't be so excited about that.
I mean,
I like
I'm
their little
just,
trip to, I like, oh, I'm so happy this week that Crystal made a full recovery.
oh, yeah, but she was
I
fine
mean,
that day.
I know, but I mean, like, it's like nothing ever happened to her. They didn't even say, like, at the end, it's been a great trip. Thank God Crystal's okay. No mention of
They
it.
may have, they cut it out. You always think this way. You're like,
Well,
you
they left me there to think that way.
no, it's good. It's good because you're just like you act like the viewer that doesn't know that there's an editing room. It's great.
Yeah. No, I know that. I know that. Well, what's next week? Next week they're back in LA,
And
and
then the week
there's only a few
after,
more episodes.
and when does Jersey come on?
There's only a few
March?
more episodes. No, I think yeah, it's soon. We haven't seen a trailer yet, though. Aren't we excited for
The
Jersey?
Jersey trailer is going to
But
be.
they did film the reunion. Oh, and I want to tell you, they did film the reunion, and Kyle was on as seat number 1 to the right. And who do you think was seat number 1 to the left? As I predicted,
We agreed on that.
Sutton.
Yeah, we did. We knew.
Sutton. Okay.
What do you
Sutton is
mean? You
Sutton is
predicted. We
seat
both
number
said that.
1. Well, she is seat number 1. She kind of carried the season, let's face it.
It goes Kyle, Erika, Dorit, and then it's Sutton, Garcelle,
And Crystal.
Crystal. Yeah.
And
So the only
Annemarie's on
thing
the other
that
side.
we were both wrong because we weren't right. We thought that Dorit would be next to Kyle.
Yeah, it's not. She's on the end.
Yeah.
Dorit. Well, no, and then
Dorit's
it's
always
Annemarie.
next to Kyle until she's not.
Who's your mess this week?
Um,
What's
Merce's
God?
ashes.
I think we're all over the place.
Yeah, and so by default, Sutton.
The hair, the
Sutton.
purse, the clothes. Yeah, she was really emotional. Her father committed suicide. Suicide's tough on those that are left behind.
I
I hate
hope
to end that way, but
that
it's the truth.
the only thing that I wish is that Sutton came back and talked to Avi about the ashes. I just would have loved to see Avi's reaction.
Maybe we'll see Avi next week with the ashes when he's like going, and to all the
The
bags and
ashes
stuff.
didn't go on
I
Sutton.
know they
went on
missed
everyone
her.
else.
They went to her friends. They went up
But
and
I think
over.
we're done with Merce. I don't think we're going to see Merce except at the reunion.
God rest Merce. That's all I can say. Like I said, the sad part about this is we are making fun of a man who was a dance choreography legend.
I
That
think I'm
lived to
gonna
be
put
90.
some fake ashes in a plastic bag and put them in our grab next year at Christmas.
No, that's
Why
gross.
not? No one will know what it is except you and I. And the people will be like, what's this? And I'll be like, it's Merce.
Do you
Google
know the #1 location that people have their ashes dumped in Disney?
where.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh,
Isn't that interesting?
interesting. Yeah.
Yes.
Anywho,
Yeah, I
well,
didn't know that, but I read it.
enjoy your week,
I'll
guys.
see
We'll
you
see you
soon.
soon. Bye.